After 2 years, it's fair to ask what progress has government made?
I will tell you. I will take you portfolio by portfolio through the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Housing, External Affairs, Transformation.
No disrespect, sir. That kind of boring. Can we focus on some of the things everyday people like me want to know? Like NICE. There was a lot of hype about NICE. What?
The National Initiative to Create Employment, NICE, created over 2,500 jobs. For the first time, home help for the elderly. Over 1,000 people employed as principal assistants.
So what is SMILES? I ain't about SMILES. What is SMILES?
Single mothers in life enhancement skills, career guidance and training, life skills, cooking, learning to use computers, software, financial management training, childcare, first aid, self-defense.
So you're telling me the government trained and employed single mothers and helped them with job placement?
Yes, and they didn't stop there. They partnered with the National Skills Development Center and RISE and CARE to focus on marginalized youth around the country. Also, government continued their support of over 150 young agriculture entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And in the projects and infrastructure program communities island-wide, got motor-able roads, footpaths,
for sure,
drainage assistance.
I like that.
Don't underestimate how important some of these things are to the everyday people we are speaking about.
Okay, I hear you.
Okay, well, don't worry. I will show you more about NICE as we go along. But don't take my word for it. Investigate for yourself.
But I wouldn't know who to ask. I don't know my way around all them big government buildings and officials.
You should go to some of the ministers. Ask them to highlight some of what they have achieved.
Oh, yeah. You think they would have time to speak to me? Ask them. Okay.
The Ministry of Health is proud of the fact that we have extended hours at the Grosity Polyclinic.
We did some serious work in renovating and expanding the Monley Bank.
It's been a very successful 2 years for the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, especially if you were to measure our accomplishment against what we inherited when we first came in.
We've actually seen groundbreaking in 2 new hotels in St. Lucia, and we've also seen the expansion of many additional hotels within the island. We've seen increases in numbers, we've seen increases in airlift, and we've done this all at no additional cost to the government and the people of St. Lucia.
We have established recently diplomatic relations with Kazakhstan as well as New Zealand.
We came in and we worked very hard on restructuring the program to fight black sigatoka and to increase banana production and plantain production. That has happened.
We have partnered with the Taiwanese and we continue our St. Lucia Taiwan Trade Exhibition.
325 caregivers strong in the communities working with the elderly.
We were able to expand the after school program.
You don't need to take my word for it.
Don't depend on me. You go out there and ask the people.
Okay.
Ask them about the construction stimulus.
So the government introduced construction stimulus, giving up over $45 million in revenue just to keep the cost of construction inputs low and to keep people working in the sector.
This program will offer you a lifetime opportunity over the next 18 months, opportunities that were never obtainable in the past. Several benefits are offered under the program. First, there will be benefits to be gained in reductions in the prices of building materials.
I believe the government should extend it another year.
So that the people can get engagement, can get work. The economy can push back again.
I mean, it could generate more activity, economic activity in the island. I mean, since people can probably afford to actually take on projects and stuff like that.
That's a good thing for reconstruction.
I think it's good because I'm planning to build soon, so it will help me out.
As you are driving, check out how we protected the Pitons management area. That wasn't easy, eh?
Cool, good vibes.
Now I know even you as a young man can remember the catastrophic damage caused by Hurricane Tomas. But this government has been dedicated to repairing the damaged infrastructure of St. Lucia.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That one I can see in all little holes and all them big highways.
Well, the Badland, yeah, they did some good work.
It was necessary after the last hurricane we had.
Well, passing through the Badland,
past weekend, I've seen a lot of work has been done.
I mean, to the layman, it would look like it has taken a lot of time, but persons need to understand what are the intricacies involved in all of that.
After Hurricane Thomas, certain bridges have been built in Soufrière. The Crescent Bridge is finished. The Soufrière Main Bridge has been finished. The Mocha Bridge is under construction. Deville Bridge is under construction. The Ravinclair Bridge is under construction as well. And also, speaking of Ravinclair, the road was resurfaced recently.
Has a square, and Vieux Square was not in really good condition, that you didn't have bathrooms and whatnot to use when we have shows there, but right now you do, so it's much better. It's very good.
The youths can have a place to create and less problems.
That can bring some money.
The people from before have no relaxation. I think the square is a very good thing to refurbish.
So, Bossman, what is community tourism?
Ask the people.
The only resource we have is our natural beauty in St. Lucia, and if we're gonna get more tourists to come here, that's utilizing what we have.
Tourism has running the time. It opens doors for ordinary artisans to get a bit of publicity.
Employed 17 tourism wardens in Soufrière, and they're responsible for stopping visitor harassment and also to give tourist information.
It's from that multi businesses can participate and get the benefit out of it.
I get it. Re-engineering tourism so that all communities can have some form of tourism or heritage component to attract visitors. What about agriculture now?
Well, I'm a banana man, my brother. You're meeting the right man. I'm a banana man. I've been a banana man for 9 years.
The work they did in agriculture with Black Sigatoka.
And I want to see that they pick up the young boys on the streets, the young idlers, so-called idlers, and pick them up to put them on the farms, because we need people to work on the farms.
Ah, so you see, besides the other initiatives, NICE is even employing persons to work on the farms.
The government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, donated close to $2 million East Caribbean dollars to the Ministry of Agriculture towards the Black Sigatoka eradication program.
We know we have the scientists to do the job. We know we have the technical expertise to do the job. And what those scientists require is assistance.
So, Dime, Kisaki step?
Well, step in itself has always been something to sort of empower the underprivileged.
It making like people like me, you know, get something to do.
As you can see, there are a lot of vulnerable people, a lot of people, and they're not employed.
It's well helping me. When they pay me, I can buy my children school books, give them food to eat.
They've been the islands, so I think that is a good thing.
The government cannot give everybody a job. The truth is, somebody has to get something to do.
So now it's helping the people that have nothing.
So it could serve canneries, Ansari, Jacmel, Millet, Vanna, Boaden, even Marigot.
Jump high, jump low. Government must have a social conscience and find ways to help people in need.
I doubt anyone will care much about healthcare.
On top of developments with the new hospital and more, government has hired more nurses to help to cope with the increase in health needs of the public.
We are very proud of the rehabilitation that we have done at some of our health centers. For example, Tiroshe Miku, we opened the Babylon Health Center. We've opened the Lesitang Health Center. We've opened the Entrepot Health Center. We're getting strengthening the primary healthcare facilities.
Sports.
Government is wise enough to know that it must continue to develop our athletes from the ground up. So again, together with NICE, groundskeeping teams have been employed and grounds are being refurbished all over the nation.
The Masha Grounds has received some assistance from government as well, and it is fully grassed. We're hoping that by the end of February into early March, we will see the commencement of the lighting of this particular facility. Also in Soufrière, the Soufrière playing field has been completely rehabilitated.
Instead of they running around doing other stuff, they're on the field and at least they're learning some kind of sporting event or some kind of thing, so I guess that is a good idea.
Something that would be suitable enough and fair enough for the athletes to be able to perform at their highest peak.
Yeah, the sports that will just develop the youth and the sports.
The children will have some place to go and play and stuff like that. We'll have some place to bring our kids and stuff.
The field, they will put lights, everything there. It's a good thing.
What is going to happen is not just refurbishment, but the putting up on the erection of lights. It will give those persons who actually work the opportunity to go on train, and from then on we should have no excuse for persons saying that they do not have places to train, they do not have the time to train.
Have you been following the creative industries?
Yeah man, I like the vibe.
In an effort to reach an over 8 million US market viewership, the creative industries took a team of national artists to brand St. Lucia for the world to see.
I've been performing in New York for the past 20 years consecutively every year for Labor Day. And this is the first time that any government has put something like that together.
Hit me with rhythm. Hit me with rhythm. Hit me with rhythm. Sweet soca music. Hit me with rhythm. Hit me with rhythm. Hit me with rhythm. Hit me with.
Do you know the number of added hits our websites got from that one initiative?
Because I mean, you need to push your product. You can't leave it in your country. You have to get out there. So I mean, touring is always a good thing.
Well, I know here on the ground there has been an effort to build a national circuit for national artists to perform around the island. In 2012, it employed over 450 St. Lucians.
Yes, and that's where the National Dance Employment Program Janté came from, employing over 100 dancers for this 6-month annual program. Public assistance increase for the elderly.
If somebody has served the country for a long time and then they reach in a position where they cannot work again, I think the country should give back to the people as much as it can.
Things are hard, and the pensioners are not working, so the increase they're getting is better.
I am a widower. I used to get a pension from the social department before I was a widow, before my wife died. But when my wife died, everything handed over to me.
I have an elderly nene and she doesn't get anything much.
It's good. Yeah, but at least they're paying them, it's good.
Because they cannot do nothing for themselves.
They train us well, man.
Ah, so it's true. Government has increased the pension for the elderly.
But you didn't ask about bursaries for student school books?
Yeah, but I heard about that one. Government giving $500 bursaries to parents to help them out with purchase of school books and other supplies.
Because they need it. Sometimes some of them don't have nobody to look after. So the money will help them after themselves because they're not working.
That's a good help for the parents.
A lot of people they see that helping them to buy school books for their children when their boyfriend or their husband not working.
You know, there are some parents who cannot afford the basic necessities for sending students to school, and I just think it's a good idea.
They're always preaching that education is the key thing in the place, and they're giving disbursements to help out. I don't see nothing wrong with that one.
So it's true. Government has increased public assistance for the elderly. laptops for the children.
Government has given over 3,000 laptops to Form 4 students.
Because we're moving in the age of technology, and when now you're talking about putting computer labs in school, some of the schools, the amount of computer labs they have certainly will not assist them. So if you provide laptops to some of the school children, it certainly would go a long way in the ITC programs at the school.
Because I myself have a diploma in computer programming, and I did help a lot of the students to prepare.
The good idea to further the education.
It's something educational also.
Most of the children don't have laptops, at the school. Most of them, and when they need to do their work, probably they go by a friend. So I guess now if everybody have one now, I think they stay home.
There are parents that cannot get access to internet for the kids, and they have SBAs and all these things. So instead of going to people's houses and whatnot to get into trouble, they could have these laptops to themselves so that they could do their homework by themselves.
They could go and research and their school work and do different stuff.
I couldn't afford one for my son, and thanks God, the government give the children one, and he got one. It's good.
I want us to be a country that can continue to define the world, that can continue to make the difference. Now, with this tool, you are no different from any child anywhere in the world, whether that child is in Canada, in France, in Spain, in South Africa, in Egypt, whether that child is in Jamaica or Barbados, but you are no different from them because you have the same access to knowledge, you have the same access to information. And if you have excelled before, I would expect you to excel even more.
Okay, but from what I heard around the different communities, I guess progress has been made.
I think you should still keep investigating. There's still a lot. The Public Service Ministry's drive towards efficiency, changing to energy-efficient light bulbs, computerizing files and more, all in efforts at saving money. For the first time ever, government has begun to issue a bursary for the disabled. The PROUD program is back, re-established to give the underprivileged a chance to own their own land.
Okay, I get it. I agree. There has been a lot of progress made.
Go back to the people and hear what they have to say.
Good help for St. Lucia,
So it's little by little,
People expect that everybody would get everything one time because,
things not coming right away. You understand what I mean? Bit by bit. And then.
Nous avons travaillé, le ministre a travaillé et puis petite négociation. Nous avons assis au table, nous avons parlé, nous avons mis tête ensemble pour travailler ensemble. Nous savons que c'est difficile. Mais depuis nous travaillons ensemble, petit par petit, nous avons fait progrès à nous besoin faire en simplicité.
And the work does not stop. It continues. Just off an official visit to Taiwan, government has announced plans to establish a national performing arts facility, funding to complete St. Jude's Hospital, a yacht registry, and more.
So tell me, what happens to all of that progress when we get hit like we did with that trough on Christmas Eve that just passed there? That was some serious laply that take us there.
As we speak, work is going on at the two bridges, the one in Canaries and the one at PI.
I wish on behalf of the Cabinet of Ministers to extend my sorrow and sympathy to all of the families and friends of those who lost their lives. The government of St. Lucia will assist the affected families with the funeral expenses of those who died. We thank God for the life of the 11-year-old who survived the tragedy at Elen below the Deriso Gap. Her father died, so did her uncle. It was a miracle that she survived. Hundreds of persons lost all of their furniture, appliances, clothing, and other personal belongings to the flood waters. We now know that some 10 homes were completely destroyed by the raging floods. Some residents in the communities of Bexon, Ancillary, Canaries, Labrie, Vieux-Fort North and Vieux-Fort South, particularly in Bruceville and the Bacadere, were particularly hard hit by flood waters. Several vehicles were damaged by flooding, some beyond repair. As a government, we set ourselves 5 priorities in the aftermath of the trough. Firstly, we sought to provide care, support and assistance to those who were affected by the floodwaters. Secondly, we were anxious to secure the reopening of our airports to ensure the movement of passengers to and from St. Lucia. Thirdly, we were equally anxious to calm our source tourism markets, eliminate fears and anxieties, and reassure those who had made bookings that we were open for business and that their holidays would not be compromised. Fourthly, we sought to restore water and electricity supplies as quickly as possible. Fifthly, we were determined to restore vehicular traffic around the island and in particular from the north to the south as quickly as possible. We were able to do so within 36 hours.
People reacted, helping one another in a speedy, in a good way.
I thought it was quick. If I just do a good little job, man, I think it was okay.
I had fears because my business is located on that road and it would affect me immensely if the road were to remain closed for a number of days.
Even the flow, because I've been south, and the flow of traffic, you know, to get the traffic back moving normal. I think it was fast enough.
Everybody put their hand together and did a good job as far as I saw.
Oh yes, I find they did a very good job, except I still, yesterday was at extra area and they still need some extra help. But residents are coming to cope with the situation. I find they did a very good job. I think, honestly, I think this time we had more unity and all hands on deck.
It's not the government that caused the flood, but he did what he could do. I greet him for that. Altogether, I think the people, their heads are together and they know what it is and everybody is together. They're trying their best.
I think, in my own personal opinion, it's almost as if the tourist has not stopped traveling the road. So for me, it's almost as if the road has not been closed. So yes, they have done it in record time.
The work does not stop. We are a nation of progressive people. Already, skillful negotiations with ALBA has given us $2.7 million United States dollars for the construction of 3 new bridges. To be St. Lucian is about being proud, to work every day after day, because progress is not just a result, it is a determination that takes dedication.